Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 12, Week 6, 7? 6? I'm losing track because it doesn't track it correctly. Yeah, 7. Day 2, because we lost our points, and they still haven't fixed that yet. Obviously, they will be at some point soon, but we're still stuck at our low amount of points, even though it's the 7th week and we've done all the tasks. They are looking into that. They actually made an official post that we went over last night. It was actually posted during last night's stream when we were messing around, but I'm kind of just discussing very briefly, like, you know, the issues that have been happening with the game, so on and so forth. We're still not really fully sure what's exactly causing it, though of course it is rumored to be the maps. However, people who never even use Cedric, or not Cedric, I mean Chris Crinkle, also reported having the issue, so we'll find out in time. But anyways, today we'll finally be able to do what we wanted to do on Christmas, which is actually the first thing we're going to do. We should be able to have enough points now to finally go get ourselves winter armor. We would have last Sunday if our points didn't get reset, because we were at like 490, but then they got reset all the way to 0, so no winter armor for us. We'll still be able to get everything important. It doesn't mean I won't be able to get the power orb, though in all fairness, that doesn't matter much. We're on like, what, 20-something power orbs? Of course, we could always send a support ticket later or see what their compensation is going to be, or maybe they're going to add the points after the fact. I'm not quite sure. They'll probably figure out something. But of course, I think we're fine. We have 15 power orbs. Though 16 would be enough to craft 2 more Zolgoths. But not too big a deal. Anyways, let's go do these battles so we can go and get ourselves the armor, which I wanted for Christmas, but better late than never. Anyways, hello everyone! Hope all you guys have been having a wonderful time. Hope you guys have been staying warm. Gosh, it's been getting nippy out there. Hello Roman, though luckily I don't have to deal with snow. Some of you guys are in like below negative weather out there. Hope you're staying warm. Good old hot chocolate, big blankets, everything else. Hopefully a heater. Hello Daddy Shark, hello Bill, hello Barbara, hello Tyrion, hello Demidora, hello Mary, hello Tyrion, hello Logic Slayer, hello Jody, and hello Emernator, hello Cookie, hello Daddy Shark, hello Isabel, hello Lester, hello, who else hello to? Hello Dragor, hello everyone else, welcome, welcome, welcome. You have a nice present, you got your last dragon on the egg, nice, huge congrats. I wish I could finally get mine. We've been really unlucky. We're like, what, 20-something dragons in, and we still have not seen the final dragon. And even once we do, we're still going to need more resources beyond that. But, yeah, hopefully we'll get it soon. Or hopefully it'll have some kind of consistent method to end up getting it, which we'll be able to do pretty quickly. Because now, of course, while we haven't had a Vault event since then, there are Curse Gnomes, or sorry, not Curse Gnomes, I mean Dragonite Gnomes. While I personally have not seen a single Dragonite Gnome yet, and a lot of people probably haven't due to it being as rare as Curse Gnome, so unless you've been grinding a lot, probably seen very few, if any at all. However, he is in the drop table now as far as gnomes that can appear, and he has been for, what, a week and a half now? So, next Vault event, whenever that may be, plus they might do a compensation Vault event, given all the shenanigans that have been going on in the game. So with that Vault event, we should be able to grind a lot of Dragonite. How much, we don't really know, as we've never actually had a Vault event that has had the Dragonite Gnomes. But we can definitely get a pretty sizable amount. The only real big downside is we're probably only getting like 1 to 10-ish, 1 to 5-ish or so Dragonite every single time we kill one, specifically through a Palooza, as you're going to be getting that super high reduction on how many points you're going to be getting. So there is a chance that won't... There's a... What was I just... My train of thought. Wait. Wait. My train of thought just went over a cliff. But, yeah, there's a chance we won't get too many of them when we use a Palooza. I have no clue where my brain just went. But, yeah, because it's going to have that super reduced amount. Normally, I think it's like 20 to 100. However, obviously, with the diminished, like, only getting about 10%, there's going to be substantially less every single time. And similar to how it was with Curse Runes, we're probably only going to be seeing a few per drop. But of course, you can also do the delay method. Unless they fix that, we can still delay it, get it all the way down at the end, and then get the full amount for the very last one. And for something like Dragonite, that's probably worth it, given that it's worth hundreds of gems. He's even doing that just for a single one. Even if you only get a 20 drop, it's better than getting a 2 or a 3. Hello, Dwight! Hello, Supernova! Welcome, welcome. Do you really want a Vault event? So many resources coming in. A Banhammer? I know, right? You're getting too many resources again. Banned. Also, I'm trying to make sure I don't accidentally click on any of the Queen Mab battles. That's the only one. Even though every single one of these teams have freeze. The only one that's really annoying is Queen Mab, as it gets it pretty much immediately. So I want to take Brown. The problem is I have to give him an extra turn green. Oh, and I accidentally chose the Queen Mab fight. I was just saying I don't want to choose the Queen Mab fight. And here we are. Well then. That's unfortunate. As long as he doesn't get an extra turn, doesn't really matter. And I think we got going before he did. No, we didn't. No, I need brown. Come on, just a little bit of brown. I need a brown without giving him an extra turn. I also need a surge. As long as it does that, we're good to go. It didn't surge! Green surge? Come on, something needs to surge. Alright, we'll take this. Maybe try for brown off the sky. Nice, we got it. Okay, he didn't get a freeze. It's over. Alright, that was a very clunky fight. But, that should be match. Let's see. We'll take the further room there. We're at 420. Nice. Wait, is 3 battles going to be enough? Yeah, it will. Because that'll be 90 points and we'll have 110 or 510. Perfect. Barely enough. Okay, let's make sure not to click the Queen Mab fight again on accident. The Frost Feather's a little bit annoying, but as long as it's not in first slot, which it isn't in this composition, it's not too big a deal. Because if we kill it simultaneously, it doesn't really matter if we get frozen from its ability. I kind of want to take a blue here before I cast. I'm going to stall our turn or two. Alright, we'll take our blue. Okay, we won. That is over. Let's get the board all set up. Double all the greens. Not even going to need it. I think we'll just get off a truffle alone. Seems like it. And Frost Feather's going to freeze us here, though it doesn't matter because we already won. Hey, this is the one with Queen Mab, right? No, it isn't. I need to figure out, like, what every single troop is in the Queen Mab fight. I keep accidentally clicking on it. I've been decent about not clicking on it, though it is really bad whenever I do click on it. Because that is not the room you want to see. Alright, that should be all the setup we need. Actually, we'll throw another truffle. I just afraid truffle might just loop into himself. Which, does be what he tends to do. Of course, Forest Troll's there to keep it together. And we get frozen at the end when it doesn't matter. Alright, one more and we can finally get this armor. Okay, this is the one with Queen Mab, right? No. Which one was it? Okay, which one is the one? Okay, so it's that one. Wait, are there multiple different compositions that include her then? Could have sworn it was slightly different earlier. Okay, anyways, we'll take this one. Hello, Ginky! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Alright, we got over mana there. No freeze we really have to deal with. Alright, we already won. Alright, let's go get our winter armor finally. We finally get to stay warm for the winter. And it's a pretty cool armor. I'm really curious to see what other cosmetics are going to be adding in the future. Because it's been something they've been kind of light on in the past. Like being able to get more cosmetics and be able to do so for free like this. Very convenient. Anyways, let's go get our armor now. And build a whole outfit around it. Let's see. Where on Earth is style? That's right next to the one we have. Oh, cool. All the cosmetic armors are going to be next to each other, too. That'll be perfect. It'll be really easy to find. Because every single one of them will be, like, right over here. Since they all are in the no bonus category. Hey, let me go change my hat and everything. Let's see. Change appearance. What species should we go? I was thinking like a snow bunny, but then we can't wear the hat. Because I was gonna say like Lapina. But then... Oh yeah, we also would need to have hair. But, like it blocks out the hair with each of these. So that wouldn't quite work. Elf, no. Oh, technically an elf. Elf could kind of work. Get rid of his little mustache. Hey, we can't change that here. Let's see. Maybe get like a little elf. And he has this little carry symbol. That's funny. Oh, let's give him like a little white mustache. Where's Snow White? I want to match the hat. There has to be white somewhere in here. And there's like a grayish white. Isn't there a whiter white? Is that grayish white the whitest white? It might be. I thought there was like a white white. We need more colors. Let's see. Yeah, there's not a white white. Like a pure white. There's like a grayish white. Oh, that's not gonna quite work. I need Snow White. That's we're gonna make it green to match the little guy. That green. That green does kind of match him. It's kind of Christmassy, the red and green. There we go. We'll roll with that. Actually, what does the red look like? Otherwise, we'll stick with green. Where's the red? There it is. It kind of matches, but I'd rather have it green. There we go. That is our little guy. Save changes. Yeah, they don't have like a Snow White looking color. Only like a grayish one. Anyways, there we go. Okay, so next order of business. That was all the battles, right? Let me double check. Oh, so just probably double check the math on all of our rewards. Well, I don't really only need 700 more points, so we should be fine. Yeah, we're gonna be fine, because there's how many days left? We are currently on Tuesday, which means we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have 5 days. 5 days, we're earning approximately, let's just do it based on 30, because that's the easier number to round. That means we're getting 180 per day. 180 times 5 is way more than enough. That'd be 900, we only need 700. But yeah, we'll be able to get them all done. And then the rest will go into, I don't know, maybe the pet food, I guess. Because we're probably going to have a couple hundred spare. Not enough to get the power orb because it took away our points, but we get the pet food if nothing else. We'll have enough for that, barely. Anyways. Though I am going to see if they can give us a power orb. I'm not sure how they're doing that compensation. But we got gypped the power orb. Could you give us a pet orb instead? As compensation for not getting the power orb. Anyways, what do I want to run here? Probably just Phoenicia. Which is not the Phoenicia I want to run. We'll run Magnesia. Oh, so hello, Clip Bomb. Welcome, welcome. Oh, so hello, Mason. The red looks cool because it it does match the accent color a little bit better. It just seems weird having red here. Because anytime I see like that reddish color almost looks like blood color. It looks like slightly off. At least that type of red anyways. Also, I've never really colored my hair. I know when I was like really young, I got it like blonde a couple times. But aside from that, I've like never covered my hair. Alright, we'll be able to get 100 gems here. Also, gosh, my mom just accidentally stepped over the dog. Because that dog she's been babysitting, she's almost like just caring for now at this point. And it is like so attached to her. To such a degree that's like always underfoot. Alright, I'll take this one. Also, I'm definitely much more a cat person than a dog person. I generally can't stand dogs. Unless they're like really calm. I hate like ultra barky dogs, and this is definitely an ultra barky dog. Like they bark at everything for no reason. Yeah, that's what I like about cats. They kind of just chill. They're kind of just there. They just simply exist. Lay around in the sun. Maybe play with a toy here and there, but very calmly. And they don't make too much noise. Because that'd be one concern I would get if I ever got, like, birds. No, please, give us, downward stairs. Birds definitely make too much noise as well. We're definitely staying. Don't click ascend. Gosh, when on earth are we getting the final stairs? We're definitely not getting a perfect today. Okay, we've hit every possible bad thing. Luckily, the traps aren't that bad. It's just Jinx and Poison. Oh, where's Zolgoth? Yeah, I haven't had a pet in a very long time. And the last ones I had were cats. Though I do have to say, some of my favorite ones were definitely the chickens. Also the koi fish. The koi fish were funny. Because they would nibble on your hands. And they would always come up whenever you were by the water. Because they always think you have food. Regardless of if you have food or not. And even if you don't have food, they'll still just nibble on your fingers. Because they want food. They also get really big. They're generally... Aren't they like one of the biggest fish that's like really sold for the most part? Because I can't think of any fish that gets bigger than a koi fish when fully grown that is sold at something like a pet store. Unless you're going to like some kind of exotic place to get them. Because they're big enough that you can't even hold them in fish tanks. Like, you literally have to have a pond or small lake. Like, they get too big to even fit in a fish tank. That is a huge miss on Flame of Fur, gosh. What do we need here? We'll take the red over. Gotta convert over here. Did anyone have a great Christmas? Mine was pretty good. Actually, some more family stopped by today. And we were doing that a bit earlier today. Also picked up Domino's during that time. I'm so addicted to their cheese dips. It's actually the first time I bothered to pick up 2 as well. And I had like 1.5 of them. And definitely don't do 2. But gosh, they're good. Alright, we'll keep getting our Dragonite since we keep getting unlucky on it. Though once we get a few good Vault Event grinds, we're probably never going to need it again. Since we still don't have it completed, we'll still keep poking at it. Even though it's consuming all of our gems, but in all fairness, we got like a billion stack right there. We'll be fine. Anyways, okay, next order of business. What are we even doing? I guess the Fel Roost faction, that is the main thing going on today, and the main thing in the title of the stream we have going on right now. Well, that and the armor we just got. But, yeah, I guess that's the only other main event we have going on. I think what else is going on this week. Yeah, that's pretty much it, unless we want to do Ward Event. How's the Ward Event scoring this week? Doesn't look like it's too bad. Almost at stage 10 already. You know what, we'll throw our battles here and then just do Ward Event the rest of the time. These battles won't take that long. It's also going to remind us to go change our medals. And honestly, what we have available is not too bad this week. We have access to Marilith. And personally, I feel like almost every team's going to be centered around Marilith. Even though I showed it in Power Build earlier as well. Marilith's probably just going to be the way to go. It's one of those standard ultra broken mana accumulators. One to destroy ones. So it's just a really quick, easy way to win. I had 2 pizzas. No, not 2 pizzas. 2 cheese dip thingies. Though we did pick up a few pizzas when they were here. Because while most were going for the pizza, I went for the good old dippers. Gosh, they're good. Oh, what do we want here? We'll go for the convert. Oh yeah, they have a cheese dip thing. It's a relatively newer item. And I've definitely been addicted to it like the last month or and a half. Mostly because I'm a real big sucker for good cheese dips. And compared to the quality of their pizza, the cheese dips is actually good. Like, their pizza is so bad that in comparison, their cheese dip almost seems like one of their best items. At least to me, anyways. Because that's one thing I still haven't gotten over. Is ever since I went back to New Jersey the other year, and even though I wasn't able to this time around, because I was about to in a few days, but that got canceled. But I just can't stand like bad pizza now. Like, whenever you have good pizza and then have bad pizza, you're reminded how bad the bad pizza is. And gosh, is Domino's pizza so horrible. But honestly, they do have a few other good items. Okay, we'll take this down. Hopefully get mana here. Hopefully this guy doesn't revive a billion times. Actually, he can't. We got him stunned. Perfect. Wait, what stunned him? Wait. Oh, we're using barrier. Oh, Titan did. He hit us with a skull and got stunned on skull. Papa John's garlic knots are delicious. I've actually never... Have I even ate at Papa John's? I know I have at some point. But I can't remember how it was. Because it's been so long. Honestly, there's not too many major pizza chains I eat at. And the only reason I really eat at Domino's so much is it's so ridiculously close to where I am. Compared to other pizza locations. Everyone wants to know what cheese dip is? Oh no, how do you describe cheese dip? It's basically just melted cheese that you dip stuff into. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it. It's pretty much just melted cheese in different form factors. Because there's like fondue, there's cheese dips, there's like cheese sauces in a sense. Like there's different form factors of cheese dip. And all of them are good. Oh, specifically Domino's cheese dip? They have some kind of like 5 cheese blend thing. Which they seem to do up with like a little bit of garlic. And then have a bunch of like garlic knots with it. It's something you could probably pretty easily make yourself. But, I don't know, it's fun. It's fun to get every now and then. I actually do have a little fondue maker thingy too. It's just such an annoyance going through all the mess to make it though and having to do all the cleanup. Compared to just ordering somewheres and being like, oh, I'll just take this. And then not really have to worry about the cleanup. I almost never have meat on pizzas these days. I've always been a fan of like those veggie pizzas. Like the white pizzas with like the spinach and everything. But generally, if I do pick up a pizza, it's normally pineapple pizza. The ultra controversial pineapple pizza. It's actually one of the only few pizza types I eat other than plain. Like, that's pretty much the only 3 pizzas I eat these days if I'm going to bother eating pizza. It's plain, the white pizza with spinach kind of thing, or, you know, with broccoli or however they do it up. Basically, like, you know, the veggie pizza, or pineapple pizza. Those are like the 3 I eat. And yes, I know Lester's trying to make a joke, even though I'm taking his comment seriously, at face value. Let's just go back to Phoenicia real quick. I might as well grab this glory while we're already here. And then we'll go clear out the faction event. And after that, we'll probably open some Volkies. Yeah, pineapple pizza is one of those very controversial types. Though we have done a poll in the past, and people hate black licorice more than pineapple pizza, at least based on our chat. Because I got in like a very big like black licorice mood like the summer of last year. And we did a bunch of polls on it. And ultimately we have concluded that people hate black licorice more than they hate pineapple pizza, assuming they hate both. Jalapenos on pizza? Oh, I'm not a huge fan of jalapenos. Like, I'll eat them on occasion, to like a mild degree, but it's not something I like actively look for. Like, I don't mind necessarily hot or spicy foods, but I feel like jalapenos just go a little bit too far. Like, it takes away from what you're eating. Like, I feel like if you're having something with jalapeno, like, the main thing you're eating is jalapeno, not whatever you're actually eating. Like, if you're eating nachos with jalapenos, you're mostly just eating, like, the taste of jalapenos, not necessarily the taste of, like, cheesy nachos. And I feel like that's the issue with almost everything that you put jalapenos on, is that it overrides so much of the actual taste of whatever you're trying to eat. Like, I don't mind the taste of jalapenos necessarily. I just feel like it overwrites the taste of whatever they're on to such a degree that you're not really eating whatever you were originally eating, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's go to the faction event. So any other thing we haven't done. We mentioned a bunch of teams on the Monday video. And of course, we're sticking with good old Guard's Avatar. And if you don't have that, it is a yellow-purple restriction. So you have access to Triple Finesse. You have access to literally anything with Thrall Leprechaun. You have access to, obviously, the Guard's Avatar build. What else is there? Divine builds, because you have yellow. So whatever you really want to run. Of course, we're sticking with our good old Guard's Avatar, which is probably good change the armor before I forget. It's not needed yet, but it will be needed at some point. Where's our armor boost? There it is. Okay. We have it set up for a reason. Also, I really hope they give us like 5 metal setups at some point. Only being able to have 3's kind of annoying. Also, I'm still surprised they haven't added more options there. Like, it seemed like they were going to add a new metal like maybe every few months. Because when metals first came out, we then got seasons like a couple months later, and then it was like, oh cool, they might add a new metal every single like X amount of months. And then it has been like, what, 2 years later, and they still have not added another metal. I really wish they would. It has so much diversity as far as what you could end up doing. And for whatever reason, they just haven't been making any. It's one of those features that they kind of started doing and then kind of just didn't. Especially now that there's an alternative way to upgrade everything. Because now, that would give incentive to go play Explore 12 again. Like, if they see demographics that show, like, oh, people are playing Explore 12 less. Well, a great way to fix it, go add a new metal to Explore 12. Because even if you have, like, infinite number of Orbs of Glory, it won't matter because you still need to go farm that thing so you can have it and use it in battles. You need to get at least 3 of them. Like, they need to add more Epic, Legendary, and Mythic medals. Particularly those 3, because the other 3 categories would probably be too weak to bother using. They already added 1 extra Epic one, but they haven't done any for Legend or Mythic or any other category. You're using the Triple Finesse team? Yeah, Triple Finesse is pretty fun. It also works really good in locations where the first and final battle has a lot of yellow. And if I'm not mistaken, this final battle is like 3 yellow. Or 2 yellow. It might be 2 yellow. But generally, whenever the first and final battle has a lot of yellow, you can get even more value from it. Because it does double damage to yellow units. Well, they don't have to be yellow to do a substantial amount of damage. You're doing even more if they are. The main reason I don't use Triple Finesse is, while it's a great option and a very cheap option, it is slightly slower than using Guard's Avatar. But it's a possible option for every yellow faction ever. Even if I don't mention it on a given week, it's always a viable option. It's just generally not as viable as click one button to win. Because normally you have to click 2 buttons to win, sometimes more. We're just sticking with good old Guard's Avatar, which is basically just the faction version of Rowan. A dodge medal would be awesome. Oh, that would be very strong. Especially a score reduction one. Especially with the fact that it does stack. Though that would be really hard to calculate it because it stacks in multiple instances. So let's say we eventually get a medal that reduces the amount of skull damage you take by 10%. Let's say you have a score reduction of 75%, 10%, 10%, and 10%. That is not a 100% reduction. What it'll end up doing is reducing it by 75%, then 10% of that, then 10% of that, then 10% of that. That is going to be the only issue if they ever add like a score reduction medal. Though for dodge, it wouldn't be as big a deal, though it would calculate every single dodge instance separately. So let's say it's a 5% chance to dodge, and you have 3 of them, and you already have a base value of 20. You'd have a 20% dodge, a 5%, a 5%, and a 5%. They would all roll individually. And of course, multi-rolling a dodge doesn't do anything. Though rolling none of them would result in no dodge. But I don't know, there's a lot of metal types they could end up adding. And while they're adding those cool power gems, I wish they would add more cool metals. Because those cool metals could be used whenever. I feel like the issue with a lot of power gems is they kind of come in for a season and you kind of forget about them. Like, for example, dragon gems right now. I almost forget they even exist because almost nothing viable really does it. And they're just going to come and go and then, you know, kind of just be gone. But if they add, like, really cool metal setups, like, those are going to last forever. There's so many types that are just situationally going to be good depending on a battle. And also gives a lot more build diversity. Because right now, there isn't too many ways to go. You're generally going, like, 20% into 8 magic, 12 magic, 3 seasons, 3 Anus, or not 3 Anus, I mean 3 guards, I mean, for the armor. Like, there aren't too many build diversity. Oh, also the 20% into double Orpheus or triple Orpheus, of course. But there's, like, not too many ways to, like, mix and match them. But if we started to get some, like, really, really cool metal options, we could. Like, Anu is actually a really good example of that. Anu is a metal that you would either use or not use, but you would not use multiple. And that'd be cool if we could get more of those. Like, a metal that only triggers once, where you can only have one of them. So it would force you to have to go, like, 3 different metals. And that'd be cool if we had a lot more strong ones like that, because currently Anu is the only one that is like that. It is the only one out of all the metals that currently exist that does not stack in any way, shape, or form. If you run more than one of it, it will not stack. Also, if you're already running a spell increase, or, you know, a 50% mana star or something similar, it will not stack. Like, for example, we're getting 50% to all knights, and having a 20% metal would not make us go any higher, because it just takes the highest value. It does not add all the values. It just takes whichever one is highest, which of course is our 50% right now, which is why we're running 3 guards. But it'd be cool if they had a lot more of those, like, one-off kind of metals, where you can't spam 3 of them to make it really broken, but you're allowed to use 1, and then kind of mix and match all the strong ones that use 1. Because then that would really open up what you could build, as far as, like, extra bonuses. Because right now, it's basically just, like, 5 different sets, and that's about it. There isn't really too much mix and matching you can do. Mostly because most metals that currently exist are almost just purely stats. Like, almost every metal is just straight stats. In almost all situations, you want magic. Though there are a few exceptions, like what we're doing right now. But most situations, you're just looking for almost pure magic. A paywall 50% score reduction medal, they would never make them that strong. Like, if we got a spammable score reduction medal, it'd be like 10%. And if you could only use 1, it'd probably be like 20% or something. Same as dodge. Dodge would probably be 5 and 10% if you could only use 1. The explosion at start of battle metal would be kind of interesting. Even just 1 explode. Because having explode at start of battle is actually really strong compared to having 0 explodes. Like, having 1 to 3 explodes compared to 0 explodes can get you a lot of value. Because it allows you to turn 1 potentially extra turn, even if the board doesn't already have anything. Also, I'm really curious to see how the either-or mechanic works. That was actually something that was brought in the 6.7 patch, the most recent patch we had about 2 weeks ago. And wasn't something I really made much mention on in, you know, just through anything other than when we were reading the patch notes. However, that has a lot of potential to be strong. It's a mechanic Gems of War is needed for a very, very long time, and they finally figured out how to code it without crashing the game. But, yeah, we'll have to see exactly how that pans out, because it has a lot of potential to be fun. Because that now makes it so you can have more than 4 casts on your team. Something that has never been possible in Gems of War before. Because that's effectively what an either-or is. If a troop has a either-or, in which case they are, assuming they're drastically different, the either-ors. But that basically allows you to have more than 1 cast on a singular troop. Potentially up to 8. Or who knows, maybe even up to 12 if they have 3 different choices. But it allows a lot more diversity. Because one issue Gems of War has had from a like team building diversity standpoint is every single troop has, you know, an ability and the traits attached to them. Or, you know, like what their 3 abilities are and what their, basically what their cast ability is and what their 3 traits are, essentially. And there's never really been a way to change how many casts you have. You're just always restricted to that 4. So you normally have to go like double mana accumulator into double damage or something similar. But now if we have ones that could do like either or, like something could be both a damage dealer or a mana accumulator, and you can kind of use it either or depending on what its ability does. It has a lot of potential to be good as long as they make them strong enough. My only concern is a lot of the either or choices won't be strong enough to viably use, and I really hope they are. The only problem is if they become too viable to use, almost every team is going to be like 3 either or options with like Thrall. Or something similar. Like it's just going to be 1 mega mana accumulator with like a bunch of either or options that have really good control over the board and or damage. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how they pan out. Yeah, the first double cast Mythic has a good possibility of being very broken. Honestly, any multi-ability Mythic that ever comes into the game is probably going to be broken as long as what the 2 things aren't bad. The problem is they could make both of them really, really bad and then just make them completely unusable, which I would not be surprised, as they do that a lot, especially with Mythics pretty often. However, I don't know, it has potential to be really good. This depends exactly how they balance it. Time will tell. I think we find out soon, because I believe mid-January we're getting the first option. If not then definitely in February. Because I believe the next kingdom is centered around it. I believe we're getting a new kingdom early next year. And that new kingdom, I believe, is almost entirely either-or options, where you get to choose what you actually get to cast, which could make it a very strong kingdom. As far as recently added kingdoms, I would say the strongest one is the one that had Chalcedony in it with his, gosh, why did I forget the name of that place? It's actually the most recently added one. Gosh, why did I forget its name? It's, not Fel Roost, that's what we're doing right now. Hellcrag, that's the one. But, Hellcrag was actually pretty strong. Not because it had a particularly high amount of good options, but because Chalcedony exists. Like, Chalcedony is like 95% of that entire kingdom, despite it being 1 troop. Unusable Mythics? Never, I know, right? Speaking of which, we should have the Mythic tier list soon. I'm not sure I'll be able to get it out by tomorrow, though. I definitely want to do it before the end of the year. We'll go over every single Mythic. It is going to be a very long video. Like, current projection is 2.5 to 3 hour long video. So there's really no way to make it shorter without under-explaining some things. It's going to be anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours long, going over every Mythic in the entire game. Including boss troops, of course. Because they basically just are Mythics. Yeah, Gargantor was the OG, like, worst Mythic. He's not the worst Mythic anymore. There's some things actually worse than him somehow. However, he was, like, the original on the path of, like, them making horrible Mythics that do absolutely nothing. Like, he was basically the one that started the trend of them just going downhill on making good Mythics. Like, that's not to say good Mythics don't occur anymore. Like, obviously they do. We get at least, like, a few good Mythics every single year. However, Gargantor was, like, the start of them just making horrifically bad Mythics. For some reason. Because prior to Gargantor, I would say almost every Mythic that came out had a reason to be used under at least some circumstance. Then Gargantor came out and was like, nope, I will never be viable under any circumstance, even if you just get 1 billion kills. Because you can't even one-shot after, like, 5 kills or something. Which by then you probably already won the fight if you're getting that many kills in a single battle. Yeah, Fallen Valdis. Actually, Fallen Valdis is a really funny one because she was added to try to counter Divine meta, and she is so weak that even when 4 times Divine were being used on every single team, she was not viable. Like, her whole gimmick is she's supposed to be very strong against a team of 4 Divines. And in a meta where every single person was running 4 Divines at the time, she was never used. That is how bad she is. Even with her full boost ratio for anti-Divines, she was not viable. In a meta where, like, every other team you fought was pure Divine. And nowadays it's even worse because most Divines aren't really run that much these days. Like, you might see a few in a team, obviously, because there's a lot of Mythic Divines. But even in this team right here, I think we're double Divine. No, we're single Divine. Only Guard's Avatar. But, like, you don't see 4 times Divine that much these days. Like, it can still be ran. It's still strong. It's just nowhere near as strong as it used to be. It's still usable. The main thing that makes it viable is the Divine Protector. Divine Protector is actually among one of the better few double mana accumulating weapons. It's also probably one of the only reasons why you would ever run Priest ever, is because Divine Protector exists. It's like the only thing that's making Priest not be one of the worst hero classes in the game. Is the fact Divine Protector plus Priest is actually ridiculously strong due to how many good Mythics synergize with it. Where's the Vault event? I'm not sure. There is rumor that they are going to be adding a special Vault event due to all the issues that the game has been happening with bans and everything. So, hopefully we'll have something like that. Though I don't think we officially have one announced yet. Also, hello, Luan. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, I don't think we have an official date. Like, hey, here's our compensation Vault event that's going to be occurring. We still don't have that. Though, in all fairness, I haven't checked the forum today, so who knows, maybe there is. Because I didn't have time earlier. So let's go check out it now if I can learn how to type. There we go. Alright, what do we have here? Let's click on forum. What do we have? What do we have? Let's see. Information about bans. It's still the same information from before. Though now it has a bunch of people talking in it. So this is what we read last night on stream. This was actually posted during last night's stream, oddly enough. Oh wait, they actually have a thread here now. Hold up, what's this? Only 69 people have clicked on this. Let's see. What even is this? Let's make it bigger. Also, why is it in a new tab? Why don't I just put it in a tab over here? Okay, what's this? I haven't seen this. Status. The causes of the problem have been fixed. The affected players have been unbanned. Compensation is being organized. They still don't know yet. Follow this article to be notified when compensation has been sent out. Currently, it is not. The issue. Unfortunately, there was a bug causing players to be incorrectly flagged to be banned. This is now fixed. Okay, this is all the info that was in the other thing. Fixing the issue. The cause of the problem has been fixed. The affected players have been unbanned. Isn't that the same thing we just read? Let's see. We have some developers working on it. Okay, this is just a post from earlier then. Wait, why did they send a thread to go to the same location? Wait, what? That's basically the exact same thing that's here. This is in slightly more words. And we already read that yesterday. Oh, there's Cookie's post. Let's see. Definitely going to be complicated to compensate. We'll see what is possible and suggest a Vault event. Yeah, this was the thing suggesting Vault event. Hopefully we get one. Any other things? Right now, I'm just catching up on all the information, making sure that all the players who wrote to us have a response. And then she posted this article, which we just looked at. Anything else? Any other info? Yeah, there's a poll here. Let's see. Wait, what's this even a poll for? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Trying to see if there's any more official posts now. Alright, so we're pretty much right where we were yesterday. There's no additional information. It's all the same info we had last night. Except now they posted a little article on it. On their support page. As much info as we knew last night is as much info as we know now. You're fixed now, but it was caused by Chris Kringle treasure map. Yeah, I do know about that. I was mentioning that during the video last Saturday. when I mentioned like how to get unbanned and everything. Though it looks like everyone is unbanned now. But I covered that last Saturday, kind of mentioning it was probably related to the treasure map cap. Because I know for sure we went over it. Though I have heard people mention that they didn't have Chris Crinkle and still got banned. So even though the map thing might have been the main thing causing it, apparently there was something else causing it too. The other rumor is if you use the gold, battle for the event, it caused a weird glitch that would make you get banned. Possibly because it's giving you 10 extra points when you're not supposed to be getting 10 extra points. And for whatever reason, they didn't change the system to acknowledge those 10 extra points. So it's easier getting those 10 extra points and thinking that you're hacking extra points or something. Because that seems like the other thing that could have potentially done it. Because there were people with no Chris Crinkles who were also getting banned. That troop will eventually get his treasure map accumulation back. The only reason it's currently not available is because one of the main things that were banning people were people getting too many maps per hour. But that will be returning. They just need to fix the cap and everything that was getting everyone banned. But he will return, most likely, to back to 2 maps per cast. And honestly, he's not that bad of a troop. Especially if you want treasure maps. It's literally so many treasure maps that the automated system is banning people. That's how many treasure maps you could farm with them. Because it was somewhere around like 700 to 1,000 maps per hour you could do. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh gosh, I remember this guy. I remember when this trait used to be 15% and used to be on a different troop. It was really funny times. Because it was a troop that had 2 Devourers. Wait, what just happened? That was weird. And it was so broken beyond belief. It was magnificent. Convert purple to yellow, green to skull. There's a problem with that. That doesn't kill. This also doesn't kill. It is extra turn though, so it does kill. There we go. Oh, I just realized we have to do the rest of this area with Guard's Avatar in first slot. Because he just rolled a Devourer on us. Oh no. Wait, I'm just gonna buy the extra battle. Wait. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna throw down the 30 gem thingy. Because I'm just heading to the final battle here. Wait, which one of these is less annoying for this team to take? Honestly, probably Rockware build. As weird as it may seem. But yeah, he hit us with that 5% Devourer. So there used to be a troop called the Great Worm, or whatever it was, that one brown-yellow. It still exists in the game. However, what he does is he would devour... You know what? We can actually take the rest of these. These are low enough that we can actually deal with it. But basically, he used to have Devour on cast, which he still does now. But he also used to have a 15% chance to devour when taking a skull. And this... There used to be a glitch with every single trait where if you triggered it too many times, it would still multi-trigger everything. So they have changes so you can only trigger one instance of a trait in situations like that when you're doing multi-triggers. But back then, if you triggered like 8 skulls at once, you would have 15% chance to devour. And we actually have a clip way back on this channel where we actually Great Maul killed an entire team in one cast. It was just a gigantic cluster of skulls, and then that skull multi-triggered 4 Devourers, and it just wiped out the entire team in a Devourer wipe in one shot. It was really funny. And to balance it, they originally nerfed it down to 10%. And then they nerfed it down so hard that they removed it from the troop it was on, put it on a different troop, and then nerfed it down to 5%. So it was originally 15% on Great Maul. Then it was 10% on Great Maul. Then it was 5% and moved over to a troop that doesn't have Devour on cast, which is Krog the Dread. So they kind of just kept shifting it all over the place and nerfing it. And now it's like really bad. But still getting hit by it feels even worse because it's only 5% now. But of course 5% is not 0. So it does still get you occasionally. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't have a team. I should probably be more careful not to do that, as he can actually kill us if we're not careful. Because I forgot we don't have a first slot anymore. He kind of died to 5% Devourer. Right, there we go. Actually, now I bought that extra battle, and I don't even possibly need it now. Fail. Whoops. Not too big a deal. Yeah, Chris Kringle giving random bonus stats is really strong. It reminds me of old Brian the Lucky builds way back when in the game. And now he could do it again. I think the biggest thing that's actually really strong about him is he applies the random bonus to himself as well. A lot of things that can randomly buff magic do not buff themselves. The other thing that is really strong about him is he gives a random positive stats effect to your entire team. And while the results may vary, it can be really good, like Enchant, Barrier, Bless, something similar. Well, sometimes you'll get something useless, like maybe Submerge when you don't really need it, or Enrage on like last slots. You can often get something really good. Demand that the devs give us all Palooza compensation. They're definitely going to. There's a lot of people already advocating for it. Like, they're definitely going to. Like, I'd be more doubtful that they wouldn't than they would, or rather than they would. Like, they're definitely going to do it. It's more so a matter of when than if. Like, it's one of those only few things that would be agreed upon by, like, the active player base as to something that would be worthwhile. Because most of the people heaviest affected by a one-day ban are people who are playing so much in a given day that they literally lost like thousands of gem value. And the best way to compensate for that, given that it's already like super active people who are getting hurt the most by it, the best way is just do a Vault event. Because the people who benefit most from it are people who are already affected most by the other thing. So if we do a Vault event, when are they going to do that, since there is also one in January? No clue. The whole situation on that is still very to be determined. As this is probably like one of the biggest issues they've ever had. Like, they've had some issues in the past with some things. Though as far as bans are concerned, or accidental bans, this is the first time on mass scale it has really happened on accident. So it's kind of unprecedented as to what exactly is going to go down. And of course that happens on the holiday. What isn't new about this game is, gosh, all the most buggiest things that ever occur, ever in the history of Gems of War, have always been during the Christmas holiday. Because they're not around for like 2 weeks. And for whatever reason, that seems to break like everything in the entire game. Because I feel like every third Christmas or something, they have like 1.5 billion issues. One of the most broken ones was the very first Christmas ever for the game. The other one was when they were migrating the servers. And the other one was the one that just occurred that we're going through right now, though they fixed most of it at the moment. Or at least got everyone unbanned, if nothing else. Yeah, the one that was originally supposed to be on the 13th did get delayed to an unknown time. Oh no, I didn't have to spend 30 gems. No. Oh, it was worth it. I got a Lesser Orb of Glory. Okay, all's well. Never mind. That makes up for it. We got the best drop you can even get on this thing. Well, technically a best drop could be the 2% Pet Orb thingy. But honestly, I like an Orb of Glory more than I like a little Pet Orb. Because Pet Orb, while it's fun for completionists, like, it doesn't do anything. Whereas a Bronze Medal does something. You can actually put stats into a Mythic. Anyways, let's go open a bunch of Vault keys. Actually, let's go hand out a code, and then we'll go do a bunch of Vault keys. Let's do like 46 of them. Gotta work down that stack. But anyways, here's a code, everyone. Enjoy. Let me go get it. That reminds me, I need to go ask for more codes soon. I'm starting to run slightly low. Not like super, super low, but low enough where, given that she normally takes a week or two to get around to it, I should probably start trying to get her attention now. Though then again, they're probably not going to be in the office until early next year anyway, so maybe I shouldn't quite yet. I'll wait till next weekend to notify her. Because I have enough for like 2 weeks left as far as codes. But if I don't start poking her now, 2 weeks from now, we're not going to have any codes. Because sometimes it takes her a couple weeks. Especially if it's the holidays right now. Because they're not back into the office until the 3rd. As far as the whole dev crew. Yeah, there you guys go. Enjoy the code. If anyone still has any other questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. At this point, we're just going to kind of chill, get a little bit of grind on the Vault keys, hopefully get one big drop, and then probably call it a night. After we do, like, what is that, 40 more keys? 43. Yeah, we got to work this stack down, especially if we're going to have a bunch of Vault events soon where we're going to be able to grind for a bunch. Oh no, I didn't search. Will you get the calendar orb on the 29th or the 30th? I would assume the 29th, because normally it falls on the 28th. Go check. Because I missed a day. Because of the whole ban thing. Actually, no, hold up. No, I'm actually going to get it tomorrow. You know why? I technically didn't miss a day. Because I got unbanned, basically Monday morning. But when I say Monday morning, I'm talking like 1 a.m. Monday morning. Which means it was still the day cycle of the other day. Which means, theoretically, I was banned, in a sense, for less than 24 hours, even though it was longer than 24 hours. But the way that it landed made it kind of from a day cycle, so we didn't really miss a day. Because I was banned, you guys saw it, Saturday night stream. But I was unbanned Monday morning. However, that Monday morning was before the end of Sunday's day. I only had like 20 minutes to play. But I was able to play like right before reset. So I theoretically did not miss a single day. Though I still got all those resources wiped from the events and stuff like that. But to a degree, I technically didn't miss a day. Even though we were banned for slightly over 24 hours, we didn't miss a single day cycle. I know that makes almost no sense, but it's because of where the 24-hour cycle landed that made it so we were still able to log in every single day. Like, it seems like it shouldn't be the case, but it was the case. It's because of how day cycles work in Gems of War. Or we were banned for 24 hours, yet still didn't miss a single day. Or technically slightly more than 24 hours. Anyways, what we're doing. Let's go do, let's keep doing Vault Event. Or not Vault Event, I mean opening vaults. I wish it was a Vault Event. But no, we're just opening the vaults from a Vault Event. Not to be confused with a natural Vault Event. You would know when it's a natural Vault Event. It would be an Explorer like every second of every moment. Yeah, Amnesia is kind of bad. The biggest issue with Amnesia, she's always been bad, even since the day she came out. The main pro of using her is she summons Inferno King. One of the most annoying, and honestly, one of the stronger summons in the entire game that's consistently summonable. The absolute strongest, obviously, Web Spinner off of Arachnean Weaver. But the next strongest is probably Amnesia. The main reason why Amnesia is never used is its mana cost is way too high for what it does. It's a very average mana accumulation option that costs 22 mana. The biggest issue with that is it's way too high of a mana cost for what it does. Like, she doesn't have enough follow-up. If she had one additional follow-up, like some kind of damage attached to it or something similar, or had slightly better like mana accumulation, or even a lower mana cost, like it could kind of work. But a 22 mana cost is way too high. Even a 20 mana cost for what it currently does would be too high. And that's the main thing that kind of keeping her back. Her unique trait's also really bad. Like, if she had a really good unique trait, I could see her kind of being used. But her unique trait doesn't really do anything. I think it's like a little bit of bonus for demons or something. Like a little bit of attack, maybe magic. I don't remember. But something like really small and not worth using. A lot of mythics honestly have that. I'm not sure why they do that. Like when they add a mythic and all it does is like give like a few stats to a specific typing. Because almost none of them are worth using that are like that. Unless their ability is just already so insane that it's not the trait that makes them good, but you know, the ability itself. I don't know why they add so many of those useless traits. Like when they gain like extra stats to a color, if they're of that color, has been a recent one that's been really bad that they keep adding. Doing the same for given type, unless it's magic, generally isn't worth it. And even if it is magic, it might not be. Hey, Orb of Forging! Nice! Of course, we got an ingots earlier too, but I think that's pretty ignorable. But Forging's kind of nice. Oh, you know what? I think I have enough Forgings to upgrade every hammer weapon now. I think we could go do that if we really wanted to. Hold up, how many Forgings do we have? I want to check something. Though I have been getting kind of unlucky on them, so maybe not. Because I think I only have like 20-ish Doom weapons left if you count all the scrolls and everything we have. Let's go find a random hammer. I have 4. Yeah, I'm 1 short. Unless I want to use some Orbs of Forging. But I'm 1 short of maxing them all. Or at least all the hammers anyways. So how many more do we actually have left? Let's see. We can assume we can easily upgrade at least 6 weapons, 1 of each category, using a combination of the orb of forgings we have and just the basic scrolls. We have an additional 4, so that means we have 10. So whatever this number is, we have 10 less than that. That is 16. Wait. Yeah, that is 16. Oh, now that's 16. Now it's 24. 27. Minus 10. We only need 17 more. I am 17 Doom weapons short of upgrading every Doom weapon in the game. Technically slightly closer than that, but that's just to make sure we overestimate or underestimate, I mean. But, yeah, 17. We only have 17 more. Realistically, it's probably closer to like 13 more. But let's say 17 more. And that's assuming we can only upgrade 1 of each using our scrolls, so we can actually do slightly more than that currently. Yeah, that's not too bad. 17 more Doom weapons until every Doom weapon is maxed. And most of those are really useless categories that we're never going to use anyways. Because the next ones I'm upgrading are all the hammer weapons, then I'm upgrading all of the Cursebreaker weapons. And after Cursebreaker, I'm probably upgrading whatever the next category is after daggers. We still have several more months to have to deal with the daggers, but I believe we only have 2 more events left for Tower of Doom for daggers, then we get some kind of new category that will hopefully not be useless. Can you get a quick redeemed on how Arcane Trait Stones drop, please? Oh, wait. A reminder on how they drop. Arcane Trait Stones drop based on, I want to say a few % rate, though I'm not sure exact odds these days. Because it seems higher level Explorer does give a higher rate for Arcanes. So generally, just farming a bunch of Explore 12 tends to give you a lot of it. As far as the exact rate, I honestly don't know ever since they changed the system with the Explore 12 system. Because it seems to be different per rarity. Though the bottom line is, if you're looking for a lot of Arcanes, early on in the game, it is best to quick kill low rarity. And later in the game, you just spam Explore 12 over and over again. Would be the best methods. The exact rate I am not sure on, though. Ever since they tweaked the Explore 12 system. Or, you know, created it. Because they basically made a different drop table for every Explore level now. And while we got data mine on the Trait Stone drop rates, or not the Trait Stone, I mean the token drop rates. We never got one on the Trait Stone drop rates. Or if it did, it got buried somewheres. Because everyone only really cared about knowing the info on the tokens. Whereas new Trait Stones, you know, by then most veteran players already had more than they knew what to do with. So that info wasn't really as needed. Did you retitle Saturday night stream to include the word bans? Oh, did I? I don't think I did, actually, now that I think about it. I probably should. Because that was the night we got banned. That was indeed the ban night. Also, I believe that stream got more views for whatever reason. I think some people were sharing it around. Because I think it's the only live footage of someone getting banned. So I think some people were sharing it around, which is why it got slightly higher views than a normal stream after the fact. There probably is other footage out there, but it was definitely the most popular footage of it. We also clipped it, nice. It's like one of the only, if not the only, actual like live footage of the ban happening. Though we weren't doing anything abnormal, we were literally just doing the dailies. And then as soon as we finished out the world event, it was like, oh, you're banned. So I think it was based more so off of a couple days ago. Because that was around the time when we were messing with Cedric. Or, you know, not Cedric. I keep saying Cedric. I mean, though we were using some Cedric teams. But, you know, I was using Chris Crinkle a couple days ago around that time. So it's probably just like a couple day delay from when we were doing that, getting a bunch of maps. Because it happened near the end of the time of the stream, and that was around the time when we were messing with Chris Crinkle a couple days ago prior to that Saturday stream. Because we started using him at the later half of the stream. So it was like almost an exact like 2-day delay on the ban. Or like what we did to get banned, or at least what the automated system thought we did to get banned, was like 2 days, like exactly 2 days afterwards got us for it. Oh, the last year that we sung the song. Oh yeah, we never did do that Christmas night. Simple might actually send a message about that too. Oh no, we did it last year. I feel like we need an updated version of it. It's a very weird song. The 12 Days of Gems of War Christmas. Yeah, purple orb. So I wonder who even made that list initially. Oh, Tyrion, what did you end up mentioning? You pulled a major forging orb when you did, nice. That allowed you to max all Doom weapons, nice. Yeah, I'm not in any rush to get them maxed. Well, it is cool to get them. You know, once you get them maxed, there's useless as ingots or orange orbs or anything else. And I'm not in a huge rush to get them done. Already got all the good Doom weapons maxed. Also, once we finish out hammers, I might even start hoarding them for the next category. But we'll see. Depends how many orbs I get between now and then. Because the next category of Doom weapons are next year. I believe it's like summer next year they start coming in. We don't actually know if the next category is good yet or not, because none of them are actually within the files of the game. The most recent one was daggers, and daggers are really bad, the Doom daggers. But there is hope that they'll eventually add another good Doom rarity typing. Hopefully not as annoying as Book, but still strong. Like, I want them to be like the AoE Doom Skull creating weapon strong. Like, that was like really diverse and really strong to use offensively, but you don't see it like on defense teams because it's not as strong. Like, I would love to see something like that, because then we can start using it for like Explore 12 or, you know, like Underworld and stuff like that. I don't want them to be good in the same way that books are good. Because books are good in probably like the most annoying way possible. I know, they did really good at Doom weapons initially, except for that one like HP gaining one. But initially, we had some really, really good Doom weapons, and they kind of stopped releasing good Doom weapons. Like, the best ones we've had as of recent times was a year ago when we got the Cursebreaker weapons. That happened during the December patch of last year, is when we got the Cursebreakers. And the Cursebreakers, they're not like super meta, but they're still usable. They're like a mix between like the hammers and the books. Like, they don't have the infinite loop of books, but still the annoyingness of anti-color of the books, while having a mechanic that's similar to the hammers, but not as strong as the hammers. They're like a mix of both of them, but somehow not stronger. Like, they take both of the mechanics that both of them do, but just do it weaker. So if you want a hammer, you just use the hammer, and if you want a book, you just use the book. There's not much of a place for Cursebreaker weapons, though they can occasionally get some usage depending on the circumstance. It's just you don't know going into a battle if you need it for that circumstance or not, because normally you're setting on like defend team or something. And normally it's quicker just to run hammer or something similar, as far as Doom weapons are concerned, or even just the AoE ones. Like the Cursebreaker, hey, we got another Dragonite Gnome. Too bad we can't actually get him as Dragonite. I think we've gotten like 10 of him. Based on our drop rates, I really believe they increased the rate of him dropping, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, you know, anyone who doesn't have a copy of him yet will more easily be able to assess a copy of him. However, it's bad because it's starting to have like the Cedric issue, where you just get way too many copies of it. Because we almost have like a dozen of him now. Alright, 9 marquees. Until we still have like 2,500 marquees. 9 more until we end it out for the night. And tomorrow night, we're technically getting a new pet. It's both new and not new. It's been out for like 9 months, but I don't think it ever had a Wednesday event. Or if it did, this is the second one. I'm pretty sure I never did. Does anyone actually know for sure? Because I honestly forget. Like, I mentioned in the video that it might be. I still don't know to this day right now if it has or has not actually happened before. Because I know it's been available. I just can't remember if it ever had a Wednesday event. Because I don't believe it had ever had a Wednesday event yet. It's one of the ones that was added in version 6.2 when they added 6 new pets and 6 new weapons. All 6 of those weapons have rotated, and I think this is the last or second to last of the pets. What happened or not happened? Oh, I'm referring to the 6.2 pets. Yeah, forging. Because all those have been in the drop table since they released. But they've slowly been having Wednesday events over time. Because they didn't initially have Wednesday events for any of them. I believe now they've had one for every single one except for Eagle. Like that one weird looking eagle. So you know what pet we still haven't found? We'll probably find it next during next vault event. I'm still missing the money pet for Infernus. The one from the most recent Legends Reborn. It should be in drop table by now, I am pretty sure. However, I haven't seen it yet, so maybe it's not in drop table yet. It should be 4 to 6 weeks after the event. And if I'm not mistaken, that's actually the only pet we're missing in the entire game. Currently. Then the golden bag that we would almost have by now if we didn't get reset on the things. But, yeah, we still gotta go get golden bag as well. But that we're gonna have in a couple days. Would have pretty much already had it if the banning situation didn't happen. What was I doing? Let's go do a couple more vault keys. How many more do we have? Oh, that's not a vault key. No, don't ban us. Get us out of the map. No, it's perfectly safe to do treasure maps. How many treasure maps do we have these days? 31,616. Anyways, let's go back in here. Okay, 3 more. And then we'll call it there. Yeah, you only need the very first tier. To get the gold pet, you have to buy the standard pet 5 times, which will be enough to max it, then buy it one more time for 200. It's 700 total. And I do advise doing that just to have 1 copy of it. As similar to armor, we have no clue if that pet is ever returning. It might at some point, and if it does, maybe it'll be like money locked or something similar. But I do highly advise getting it now because there's no... we don't really know when it's returning. It's under the kind of like that gray area of it's relatively new and we don't really know how the mechanic works. So I do highly advise making sure to get the armor and the cosmetic pet, even though both of them are purely cosmetic. We don't really know when and or if they are returning, and assumably if they do, they will be money locked. Rather than accessible for free. There we go. Alright, got our keys in. Got a few good drops in there as well. Got a major forging, got an orbs of glory. No pet drops today though. Not a single pet orb. Though they are the lowest ones at 1 and 2%, so they are quite a bit lower. Also, we're almost back at 40,000 gems again. Actually, we're going to be back there by this weekend, probably. Since, what's this weekend's event? This weekend's event is, Faction. And I'm not spending any gems on it. So yeah, we'll have, yeah, we're going to have, we're going to have 40,000 by this weekend. Because I'm not spending a single gem on the Faction event this weekend. Because I'm just going to get it from the Underworld 4 weeks after the fact, like I've been doing with these lately. Like, for example, Primal Rift, when we end up getting the deep, or whatever he's called, the Dark Troll. Basically, he's not here right here, but, you know, he is in the drop table. I was hoping he'd show a little icon here. Does it random each time? No, it keeps doing the same ones. But, yeah, we ended up getting... This was the most recent one that was added. And now we're going to be having one for Warren, so that comes in 4 to 6 weeks after the fact. And I'm just going to wait until then to go and use the shards on it. Because we just have so many spare shards. They're really easy to target, so might as well just do it that way. Throw a blue orb or 2 on them and be good to go. Anyways, guys, did they nerf the drop rate initiative tokens? Nope, they're still the same. They have been the same since launch. It might feel like you get unlucky at times. I know we've gone literally a month without Initiate before, despite farming it for like 50-ish hours or something. But, yeah, you can get on ultra unlucky streaks, but no, they have not tweaked the rates. It's been the same since launch. Well, if anything, they should buff the rates. They somewhat did when they did the Mimic event earlier this year, back in March. When we had those Horde Mimics that can appear for 2 times and 5 times multiplier. But Explorer 12 really needs a bigger buff. And I was actually mentioning the best thing they could do for it, of course, aside from, you know, making them slightly more common, is just add more medals. If you add tokens that can only be accumulated in Explorer 12, new ones, people are going to play Explorer 12. Like, you add a new legendary medal or a new niche medal, you know how much people will farm Explorer 12 just to get that medal? Like, they could very easily do it. And then they can also have an offer like, hey, you want to skip that grind? Here's, like, the medal for money. Like, it'd be the perfect system for them. Yet they refuse to have done it. And it'd be so fun because I want more medals. I really want more medals to diversify builds. More like Anu, where you can only use, like, 1 of them on your build. So you can go for, like, 3 unique ones you can only use 1 of. Would be a lot of fun. Oh, no, time will tell. They haven't added one in years, but you never know. They might. Anyways, guys, you got one Nisha 5 minutes ago. Nice. Yeah, they're pretty rare. Their drop rate is, gosh, it's like a literal decimal of a percent. I forget the exact number off the top of my head. It's on the forum, like the full breakdown. You definitely want to farm them in Explore 12 if you're going to do it, though, due to how quick the chest cycles, as well as having the highest rate of dropping them. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Stay warm out there. New Year's right around the corner. Don't currently have anything special planned, though we will be streaming New Year's nights. And, well, I do have plans for New Year's night, so it won't be like going all night long. However, I will still be doing our standard like 8 to 9 in that regard. And that's actually the Saturday. Oh, I thought it was on Sunday. Never mind. Yeah, it's on Saturday, the New Year's Eve. Well, technically, oh, that's why I thought it was on Sunday. New Year's Day is Sunday. New Year's Eve is the 31st. Though unlike New Year's, I feel like you celebrate it more so the other way around. Like Christmas, you celebrate almost entirely on Christmas Day rather than on Christmas Eve. Whereas New Year's, you celebrate almost entirely on New Year's night, or, you know, New Year's Eve rather than on New Year's Day. Because New Year's Day, you're kind of just like sleeping. Generally. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Stay warm out there. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy the holidays, and thanks for stopping by.